We call this actually our victory lap set, and actually, Coach Patrick Mouratoglou, you haven't won a match yet today, but we can invite you in because it's been 3 matches so far for Serena Williams into the semifinals. How do you assess the week so far? And welcome to Toronto.
Thank you. Actually, the tournament is great.
Yeah.
We're having a great week, of course. It's always better when you're winning. I like the way she plays. She had a tough start of the year. Been a lot injured, so she was basically not able to practice the way she wanted to in order to be in shape for the big events. And the first time she got rid of her injury was basically 10 days before Wimbledon. And I said at that moment that it was great that she was pain-free. That was such a relief for her. She was able to practice. She was able to play matches without thinking about the pain. And I knew that from that moment.
Yep.
Every day would make her better because, she's progressing in her fitness, in her movement on court, which was also a problem because of her injury, and of course in her game by playing matches. So it's all positive. She had a tough draw, especially a quarterfinal against Naomi.
Yes.
It was a big match, a revenge of this U.S. Open final that Serena lost to her, and I think the way she played was good, was satisfying.
What impressed you the most about that match last night? Because she served really well. I thought the serve was great, but I also thought the movement last night was top-notch.
Yeah, but if you give me the questions and the answers, I can answer.
Sorry.
Because, no, you're totally
Just
right.
suggesting.
No, but it's a good suggestion. I would say the same. I would add just one thing, but movement was great.
Okay.
Because Naomi's playing fast. When you give her pace, she answers with more pace. So you have to be able to handle it, and she did handle really well. And the serve was key, and especially, when Serena served like that, which is, I think, the way she should serve, because she's able to serve like that. I think it's difficult for the opponent because they feel they have no opportunities. Actually, I don't think Naomi had one break point the whole match.
Wow, okay.
And so Naomi has, the opponent has a lot of pressure on her own serves because she can't break, so she's not allowed to break. To be broken, sorry, and then it's a lot of pressure. So I think it gives a completely different feeling of the match for the opponent, and I think that was a key too. And the third thing is the mental. I think mentally she was really tough. I found the Serena the great competitor.
Yeah, no, I thought she competed so well last night. And really this week, Coach, if we look back, she opens against Elise Mertens, who's a really tough opponent. And then she beats Ekaterina Alexandrova in straight sets. That was a tricky match. 6 for 6 sets so far. Do you feel like you were mentioning that she was healthy before Wimbledon? Now she's hitting full stride? Or where do you see her overall with her game?
Yeah, I think she's moving the way she wants to move. She needs to move. That's key in tennis. If you can't move as fast as you should, you're either too late or in a bad position, and you can't play your tennis. You can't dictate, you can't hit the right shot because you are compensating. She's moving well. It's a big difference. And the serve is on.
Yes.
When the serve is on and Serena's moving well, she's aggressive, she's mentally focused, and she has matches under her belt, and now she starts to have a few. I think she's dangerous.
One thing I wanted to ask her last night in press, I actually ended up not getting the chance to, but I'm curious, and maybe this wouldn't play any factor. I want to know your opinion. It's the first time she's playing 4 consecutive days since 2016 in Rome. So that's what, 3 years removed. She's a mom. The body has changed, obviously, but how is she feeling physically, and does that have any sort of impact on tonight's semifinal?
It's funny you say that because when she found out she would have to play back-to-back every day, she said to me, "Wow, that's too tough." And I said to her, "Listen, first of all, you can do it, 100%. And second, it's the great practice for a Grand Slam. Because, of course, in Grand Slams, you have one day off every day.
Right.
But when you have a really tough 3-set match, and one day in the tournament, you need to play back-to-back, and it's at the end of the tournament when you have the toughest matches, you need to recover fully. And thanks to that tournament, you'll be 100% fit if you're not already, which I thought she was. And the way she recovers is great. I don't see any sign of tiredness, so I think it's no problem at all.
What would you say, if you kind of reflect on these 3 matches so far, do you have a word or one descriptor to say how you feel about where she is with her tennis right now?
I think she's on the way to play her best. Yeah. She's not far. She's reached 3 Grand Slam finals in the last year and a half.
It's incredible.
It's incredible, yes, because I don't feel she was 100% at all. And when you see how she plays now and how she moves now, I think there is a difference. Like, it's really noticeable. So, yeah, it's again, as I said, it's only positive.
Okay, tonight it's the semifinal from 6 p.m. You can watch live on Sportsnet here in Canada, WTATV.com around the world. What's the expectation, or how do you prepare, rather, for an opponent like Marie Bouzkova, who's come through? She's beaten Sloane, she's beaten Ostapenko. Last night, Halep obviously had to retire, but she is a player, a 21-year-old, a qualifier. Patrick, who's won 6 matches, she's obviously feeling really confident.
She definitely feels confident, and I mean, you know how people are. They tell you, oh, it's an easy match.
No.
What do you mean it's an
No
easy
way.
match? No one who's in the semifinals in a semifinal by chance. As you just said, she beat great players to be here. She won more matches than anyone in that tournament because she comes from the qualies. I think she's a young player who's just playing better and better every week. So she's definitely dangerous. She has nothing to lose. So, you know, she's playing Serena in a semifinal of a Masters 1000, a big tournament. I mean, it's a stage she's never reached in her career. So it's just positive. She's going to go out there and just hit her shots. So she's dangerous. So you prepare the match the same way you prepare any match. I mean, they're all serious, but a semifinal is more serious, more difficult on the paper than the first round because the players are supposed to be better. So you prepare by watching a lot of videos because I don't know this player well.
That means you're watching those videos with the team.
Of course.
Right.
I mean, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the game, breaking down what she does well, what she doesn't do as well. And of course, I have a discussion with Serena. I don't know if she watched, but most of the time she doesn't watch, except when she knows the player. And she played her several times, and she likes to see how it was the matches before. And I tell her she needs to know what's going to happen. She needs to know how she should play, where she should push, etc., etc.
The follow-up of that match last night was so big, and I think there was a lot of, obviously, discussion around it for us and the media. But how do you, as a coach, after any big match, make sure that your player's ready for that next match?
Well, first of all, Serena has a lot of experience, so it's different from her
You
young
don't say.
player. I mean, you know, it's more difficult for someone who's young and who beats a big name to just keep the focus and feel like the tournament is not over, especially with everybody congratulating her every 5 minutes, which is the case when a young player beats a top one. But Serena has experience, so of course she was happy with the win yesterday. She was happy about the way she played, more than the win too, of course. But I mean, 1 second after, you know, I tell you one story. When she won Roland Garros in 2013, she was trying to win that tournament for 11 years. 11 years. When she wins this final, she right after the match she comes to me and says, "Come with me. I want to stretch." And she starts stretching, and after 5 minutes stretching, she turns to me and says, "Okay, now we have to win Wimbledon." So she already forgot. So you can imagine that after winning a quarterfinal,
there's no problem in being focused.
She's already somewhere else the second after.
I just have to say, you know, after Wimbledon and obviously the disappointment that would have been that final because Simona Halep played so well, it wasn't Serena's day. But the way that she's come in this tournament, I thought she looked great against Mertens. And I said that to Serena in her press conference. She didn't quite agree with me, which is fine. But she had made that commitment to herself, I think, and maybe to you at Wimbledon that she wanted to play more this summer leading up to the U.S. Open. It feels like this week she's really proving that she wants that match time.
But, I mean, we do the calendar at the start of the year. I mean, before the start of the year, obviously.
Right.
And this tournament has always been in the calendar. So that's not a change. It's not because she lost in Wimbledon in final that she decided to play more. That was the plan. We followed the plan. Actually, we didn't make one change the whole year. I mean, Serena's on tour for quite a few years. She knows the calendar well. We decided when she had the baby to have a lighter calendar because also she's 37. As you mentioned, the body of a woman who has a baby is not the same, even though she's trying to prove us wrong.
She's worked so hard on it.
She has. So, yeah, so that was the plan. The plan was to play those two tournaments. She loves to play in the U.S. I mean, this is not the U.S., but...
North America, sure.
Exactly, and it's the U.S. swing, so she loves it, and she's always done that. There is no reason to change. Those two tournaments are big tournaments and great to prepare for the U.S. Open.
Okay, again, from 6 p.m., which is just about an hour from now, Serena Williams taking on Marie Bouzkova. One thing I want to ask you before I let Patrick Mouratoglou go. After Wimbledon, you have a little bit of a holiday, obviously, but you also checked in on things at your academy. How are things in Nice in France?
Things are great.
Yeah.
It's summer camp in summer. We
Okay.
have a lot of kids coming. I mean, not only kids actually. We have adults also.
I just had a friend go. He
Oh,
loved it. A few
thank you.
days. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I think there's a great atmosphere. It's like basically the city of tennis. Everybody breathes tennis, eats tennis, loves tennis. We have a lot of people every week, like more than 250 during the whole summer every week, who come for camps. Great hotel on site. So I mean, the atmosphere is really special, I think. And at the end of the summer, we prepare for the tennis and school program, which is going to start in September, with 200 young players from 11 to 18 years old who are going to follow the year with us, doing school and tennis and of course tournaments.
And that means they're living at the academy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. We have housing for them. We have it's a big academy. We have 34 courts, 2 restaurants, a big hotel, 150 rooms, plus an accommodation for the young players because they're looked after. We have also apartments, of course, 2 fitness, a lot of 4 swimming pools.
You're making me envious here.
You can come.
I know. I still need to, at some point, Emma, to get to the Mouratoglou Academy. I'm going to give a little fist bump here. Patrick
Thank you.
Mouratoglou joining us here at the Victory Lap studio tonight. Serena Williams from 6 p.m. to try to get back into the Rogers Cup final.